Hope you all are safe at your home. You might have seen the topic name measurement so far in your classes, right? Yes, what are the topics that you have seen in this measurement lesson? You might have seen what are fundamental units, what are derived units, fundamental quantities, derived quantities. Then you would have seen how to measure length, how to measure the length of the curved objects, how to measure the length of the smaller objects, etc. Right? Yes. Now we are going to see the continuation of that lesson. Okay. In this, the first topic which you are going to see is measurement of time. You all might have known how to measure time, right? How will you measure time? You will measure time with the help of your wristwatches or with the help of your wall clock which is being hanging at your homes, right? Yes. There are various other methods to measure time. We shall see in this lesson. Okay. Yes. What is time first? Time is nothing but it is the interval between two instances of events. Time is nothing but it is the interval between two instances or events. That is the gap between the two events is called as the time. Okay. Yes. Now time is measured with the help of mean solar day. Time is measured with the help of mean solar day. Yes. What does mean by mean solar day? Mean solar day is nothing but the time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about its own axis. What does mean by mean solar day? Mean solar day is nothing but the time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about its own axis. You would have studied in your social subject, right? Earth rotates about its own axis, you would have studied. Yes, the time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about its own axis is called as the mean solar day. Okay. Yes. What is the unit of time? What is the unit of time that you will use? The unit of time is second. Yes, time is measured in various methods. For example, time is measured in seconds, in minutes, in hours, etc. Right? In days, in months, everything. Okay, but the SI unit of time is second. What does mean by SI unit? What does mean by the SI? SI stands for Standard International. Standard International Unit. The Standard International system is being followed nowadays. Okay, nowadays we are following Standard International system. So the SI unit of time is second. This you get in your one word question. Okay, what is the SI unit of time? The SI unit of time is second. Yes. Unit of time is second. Second is expressed by the symbol yes. Second is expressed by the symbol yes. Okay. Yes. Now, one standard time. What does mean by one standard time? One standard time is nothing but time taken for 9, 192, 631, 770. This value you must memorize it. Okay. You should not leave any digits. Read it carefully. Okay. 9, 192, 631, 770 periods of radiation corresponding to unperturbed transition between hyperfine levels of ground state of cesium-133 atom. Yes, pronounce this word cesium. This is cesium. Spell the word cesium. C-E-A-S-I-U-M. Cesium. Yes, listen the pronunciation carefully. This is cesium. This is an element. About these elements, etc., you will be learning in the chemistry subject. Okay, this you will be learning in your higher classes. Okay, cesium is nothing but it is an element. Cesium 133 is its atomic number. Okay, cesium 133 atom. Yes, what is meant by transition? Transition is nothing but change of states. From one state to another. The elements will get excited and it moves from ground state to the excited state. That is called as transition. Moving from one state to other state is called as the transition. Okay. Time taken for 9, 192, 631, 770. That value you must memorize. Okay. 9, 192, 631, 770. Periods of radiation corresponding to unperturbed transition between hyperfine levels of ground state of cesium-133 atom. This cesium atomic clocks are used in the other countries like Australia, etc. Right? They will use this cesium. The clocks made of this cesium element. Okay? The clocks made by this cesium element. They will be using those clocks only in the other countries. Okay? Cesium is nothing but it is an element. Yes. Next is your ancient method of measuring time. Yes, nowadays we are using wristwatches. Nowadays the technology has been developed and we are using wristwatches and clocks, etc. Right? Ancient days, how they measured time. Your grandmas and your parents might be saying that. Have you ever heard that? They will be telling that we don't have clocks, we don't have current, we do not have any facilities. How they will measure time then? They have measured time by by observing the regularity of day and night. Yes, they will see the sun. If the brightness of the sun gets down, then they will say the time accurately. Okay, that days they use only the day and night, the changes in the day and night, and they will say the time. Okay, not correctly, but approximately they will tell the time, measure the time. Okay, but nowadays the technology has been developed. We are using wristwatches or clocks. Nowadays the technology has been developed. We are using digital watches too, right? Yes, ancient method of measuring time. They measure time by observing the regularity of day and night. Yes, various methods or devices for measuring time interval. What are the various methods for measuring the time interval that we are using nowadays? Nowadays we are using various methods. For example, electronic stopwatch, sun watches, conventional watches, etc. we are using nowadays. Right? Is what is meant by electronic stopwatch? Electronic stopwatch can measure the time accurately up to 0.01 second. Electronic stopwatch is nothing but it is made of electronic devices, digital devices. Okay, digital watches. Now, sun watches. It does not have second or minute time. Instead, it has a digital display. Yes, nowadays we might have using digital watches. Only the numbers we won't have the second and minute time. Nothing will be there. Only the time will be visible. 8 to AM. You will be in it will be in the digital format. Okay, in the numbers. Digital is nothing but it is the numbers. It will be in the form of the numbers. You won't have minute hand, second hand, everything in those electronic watches. Okay, it is full of digital. Okay, now next, sun watches. Sun watches are also called as the atomic watches. Yes, what are sun watches? Sun watches are used for measuring athletic activities. These sun watches are used to measure the athletic activities. For example, if the athlete is running, they will measure the time taken by him to run the extent. Right? Yes. For that, they will be using the sun watches. For athletic activities, etc., they will be using the sun watches. Sun watches are also called as the atomic watches. Yes, they are used for scientific works. These sun watches or atomic watches are also being used for the scientific works that are being done in the science laboratory or various other institutions, etc. Okay, they will be using this sun watches or atomic watches. Yes, next is your conventional watches. The conventional watches that we use are used to measure the minimum time of 1 second. Conventional watches are nothing but watches that we are using or called as the conventional watches. They are used to measure the minimum time of 1 second. Okay? Yes, we have seen what is time. What is time? Time is nothing but it is the interval between two events or two instances. Okay, time is measured with the help of mean solar day. What is meant by mean solar day? Mean solar day is nothing but time taken by the Earth to complete one rotation about its own axis is called as the mean solar day. What is the unit of time? Yes, the unit of time is second. Second is measured by the symbol S. Okay, yes, what is 1 standard time? 1 standard time is nothing but it is the time taken for 9, 192, 631, 770 periods of radiation corresponding to unperturbed transition. What is meant by transition? Change in state from one state to another. Transition between hyperfine levels of ground state of cesium-133 atom. This cesium contained clocks are used in various other foreign countries. Okay, cesium is nothing but it is an element in your periodic table. About this you will be learning in your higher classes. Okay, cesium-133 And this is the one standard time. Ancient days, how they measured time with the change in the regularity of day and night. On seeing the clouds itself, they will be telling the time. Okay, on seeing the sky, they will be telling the time. What is the time? Okay, because ancient days there is no technology, and they haven't used any watches, clocks, etc. Right? Yes. Next. Various methods or devices for measuring time interval. Nowadays we are using, everything has become digital. In this present technology, everything has become in the digital format. Okay, nothing. Nowadays they are not using wristwatches too. They are using only digital watches. That is the electronic watches only. Okay, electronic stopwatch. It can measure accurately up to 0.01 seconds. In this we measure only 1 second, right? In our wristwatches, in our clocks, we can measure only up to 1 second, but this electronic stopwatch can measure up to 0.01 second. That is difference between 1 second and 0.01 second. That much accuracy this electronic stopwatch has. Okay, in our wristwatches and clocks, we can measure only up to 1 second. Okay, we can measure up to only 1 second, but in this electronic stopwatches, we can measure accurately up to 0.01 second. Just that much accuracy. It does not have second or minute hand. Instead, it has a digital display. Digital display is nothing but it will be the numbers. The numbers will be visible in that watches. Okay, the time will be in the number format. But in our wristwatches, there will be minute hand and second hand. We will see the time and we will say the time. Okay, but in electronic watches, it will be in the number format. That is digital display. Next is your sun watches or atomic watches. Sun watches and atomic watches are used in your scientific works and it is used in measuring the athletic activities to measure the time the athlete has reached the extent. Okay, so they will use sun watches. Next is your conventional watches. Conventional watches is nothing but to measure the minimum time of 1 second. That is the wrist watches that we use are examples for conventional watches. Okay, the wrist watches and the clocks that we use are example for conventional watches. It can measure the minimum time of 1 second, as I said before. Okay, in our watches we can measure the time up to only 1 second, but in electronic watches we can measure the time up to 0.01 second. Is it clear? Time, what is time? Measurement of time, and the unit of time we have seen. Ancient methods of measuring time we have seen. We have seen various other methods and devices for measuring the time. So far we have seen what is time and measurement of time we have seen. Okay. Yes, what is time? Time is nothing but the interval between two instances or events is called as the time. Okay. Yes, what is the SI unit of time? SI unit of time is second. Second is expressed by the symbol S. Then we have seen how they measured time in ancient days. Then we have seen various devices or methods for measuring the time. Okay. The next topic which you are going to see is accuracy and precision. Accuracy. What is meant by accurate? Accurate is nothing but the exact. The meaning of accurate is exact. Okay. We are going to see accuracy in measurement. Accuracy and precision in measurement. Yes. Now accurate is nothing but the exact. Okay. Accuracy. Nearness of the measurement to the standard or true value. To the standard or true value. Standard is nothing but the fixed value. Okay. Standard or true value. Nearness of the measurement to the standard or true value. For example, they are asking you to measure that what is the 1 meter which is equal to 100 centimeter. Okay. That is the standard value. That is the fixed value. That is the true value. Okay. Here you have to find, you have to measure, you have to prove that 1 meter which is equal to 100 centimeter. They are asking you to measure and prove it. Okay. That is your experiment. So here your experiment is you have to prove that 1 meter which is equal to 100 centimeter. That is the accuracy. That is the exact value. That is the fixed value. Okay. You have to prove it by your experiment. Now we are going to do the experiment. We are going to measure with the help of the ruler. Okay. With the help of the ruler you are measuring it and you are proving it 1 meter which is equal to 100 centimeter. That is accuracy. Your value is said to be the accurate value. Okay, accuracy is nothing but the exact value. They will have a fixed value and you are proving it and you are giving the exact value 1 meter which is equal to 100 centimeter. If you have proved it, then your value is said to be accurate value. Okay, accuracy is nothing but the exact value. Okay, nearness of the measurement to the standard or true value. Standard is nothing but the fixed value. Okay, next, highly accurate measuring device will provide measurements very close to the standard or true value. The accurate measuring devices will provide the true value. That is if the device is accurate, if the device has no errors, then your answer will be accurate. Okay, highly accurate devices will provide measurements very close to the standard value. If your device has no error, then your answer will be accurate if you are following the systematic procedure. Okay, your procedure must be correct, then only you will get the accurate value. If the device is accurate, if the device has no error, if your systematic procedure is wrong, then your answer will not be accurate. Is it clear? The methods that you are following also should be correct. Yes. The highly accurate measuring device will provide measurements very close to standard or true value. For example, target shooting. Have you ever seen this game, target shooting? There will be a board and you have to fix the arrow at the center of the board. There will be a center point. You have to hit the arrow at the center. An arrow will be given to you. You have to hit the arrow at the center. If you have written all the arrows at the center, then your value is said to be then you are the winner. And this is an example for accuracy. Fixing that arrow at the accurate center point. This is an example for accuracy. Target shooting game is an example for accuracy. Yes. High score indicates nearness to the bull's eye. Bull's eye is nothing but the center. This center. Okay. You have to hit the arrows at the center. A board will be given to you and there will be a center point. You have to hit the arrows at the center. If you have hit the arrows at the center, then you are the winner. The bull's eye is nothing but the center point. Okay. It is the measure of shooter's accuracy. If you are pointing the arrows at the center, then you are the winner, and this is an example for accuracy. Then the shooters are said to be the shooter's accuracy. Then is your precision. Precision and accuracy are the same meaning only. Okay. Precision is nothing but the degree to which several measurements provide answers close to each other. Accurate is nothing but the exact value. Precision is nothing but the answer that are close to the fixed values called as the precision. It is an indicator of scatter in the data. The lesser the scatter, the higher the precision. Precision and accuracy are similar. Accuracy is nothing but the exact value. Precision is nothing but the values that are close to the fixed value. Okay. Next we are going to see errors in measurement. There are various types of errors while you are measuring. The errors may be of various types. Okay. It can be gross error, measurement error. Errors of measurement are divided into three major types, namely gross error, measurement error, and blunders. What are the three major types of error? Gross error, measurement error, and blunders. Measurement error are further divided into systematic error and random error. Measurement errors are further divided into systematic error and random error. Okay. This systematic error is further again divided into instrumental error, environmental error, observational error, and theoretical error. Yes, errors in measurement are divided into three major types, namely gross errors, measurement errors, and blunders. Measurement errors are further divided into two types, namely systematic error and random error. Systematic error are further divided into four types, namely instrumental error, environmental error, observational error, and theoretical error. Okay, we have seen what is accuracy. Accuracy is nothing but the exact value, and precision. Example for accuracy is target shooting game. Then precision, we have seen precision is nothing but degree to which several measurements provide answers close to each other. Then we have seen errors in measurement. It is divided into three major types: gross error, measurement error, and blunders. Measurement error are divided into systematic error and random error. Systematic errors are nothing but instrumental errors, environmental errors, observational errors, and theoretical errors. So far we have seen various errors in measurement. Errors of measurement are divided into three major types, namely gross error, measurement error, and blunders. Three major types of errors are gross error, measurement error, and blunders. Measurement error are again divided into two types, namely systematic error and random error. Systematic error are divided into ranges or types, namely environmental errors, instrumental errors, etc. Okay. Now we are going to see what is measurement error. Measurement error are also called as the observational error. Observational error is nothing but the error which occurs while observing the experiment. Okay. The errors which occurs while observing the experiment, answers of the experiment. Okay. Measurement error. Measurement error is nothing but it is the difference between the measured value of quantity and its true value. Difference between the measured value of quantity and its true value. That will be a fixed value for the experiment, right? If there is an experiment, that will be a fixed value for this experiment, for this apparatus. This will be the value. They would have calculated first itself. Okay. If you are doing that experiment, the answer should be equal to the fixed value. Measurement error is nothing but the error that occurs while measuring. Okay, is called as the measurement error. Measurement error is also called as the observational error. Observational error is nothing but error that occurs while observing the experiment. Okay. Next is your gross error. Gross error is nothing but they arise due to human mistakes in reading instruments, recording, and calculating measurement results. Gross error occurs while doing the calculation, while calculating the answers, while solving the answers and reading out the final answer. Okay, gross error occurs while reading an instrument, recording the values for the particular instrument, particular experiment. Okay, recording the values for the particular experiment and calculating measurement results. While calculating the results, the errors occur. Those errors are called as the gross errors. Gross errors are nothing but they arise due to human mistakes in reading instruments, recording the values, and calculating measurement results. Okay, measurement error are divided into two types, namely systematic error and random error. Systematic error is nothing but shift the measurements in a systematic way. Systematic error shift the measurements in the systematic way. Random error. This random error is unpredictable. You cannot predict those errors. Those errors are unknown and are unpredictable. Random is nothing but that occurs while doing the experiment. Some errors, some silly errors will occur. No, those errors are called as the random errors. These random errors are unknown and unpredictable. Next is your blunders. Blunders are nothing but the errors occurs due to our carelessness. Blunders are nothing but the error occur because of our carelessness, are called as the blunders. Our teachers also might be telling us, no, you are doing some blunder mistakes. Blunder mistake is nothing but the mistakes that are done carelessly, are called as the blunders. It may occur at any time. Blunders errors can occur at any time. These errors are caused by carelessness on the part of the observer. Carelessness on the part of the observer. For example, for blunder errors are pointing to wrong reading. Example for blunder errors are pointing to wrong reading, misreading an instrument, incorrect computer input. Incorrect computer input. The input which we give will not be correct. Okay, the input that we give for an particular experiment may not be correct. There may be mistakes in the input that we are giving to the particular experiment. Pointing to wrong reading, misreading an instrument, incorrect computer input. Okay, these are all the examples for blunder errors. Okay, errors are of two types. Measurement errors are of two types, namely systematic error and random error. And errors are of three major types: measurement error, gross error, and blunders. Okay, gross error occurs due to human mistakes in reading instruments, recording, and calculating measurement results. Next, blunders it occurs at any time. It occurs due to the carelessness on the part of the observers. Here we shall go for the problems. Okay. Yes. What is the first problem? What is the unit of acceleration? They are asking us to calculate the unit for acceleration. Yes. What is the formula for acceleration? Acceleration, which is equal to change in velocity by time taken. What is the formula for acceleration? Acceleration, which is equal to change in velocity by time. Okay. Yes. What is the formula for change in velocity? Meter second power minus 1. What is the formula for change in velocity? Meter second power minus 1. Yes. What is the unit of time? Unit of time is second. What is the unit of change in velocity? Meter second power minus 1. Unit of time is second. So what will be the unit of acceleration? Meter second power minus 2. Meter second power minus 2. How this minus 2 came here? See here. Meter second power minus 1. If this division goes to the numerator, it becomes multiplication. Okay. Into s. This s has the power 1 here. If this 1 goes to the numerator, it becomes minus 1. Okay. Meter second power minus 1 into second power minus 1. So minus into minus plus 2. We have to write the same thing. What is the unit of acceleration? Acceleration, which is equal to meter second power minus 2. So here acceleration, which is equal to change in velocity by time. The unit of change in velocity is meter second power minus 1. Unit of time is second. The unit of acceleration is meter second power minus 2. What is the unit of acceleration? Unit of acceleration is meter second power minus 2. Okay. The second problem. See the second problem. Speed of a train is 20 meter per second. It can cross a pole in 10 seconds. Okay. What is the length of the train? Yes, I will read the question again. Speed of a train is 20 meter per second. It can cross a pole in 10 seconds. What is the length of the train? They are asking us to find the length of the train. Okay. They have given speed. Speed, which is equal to 20 meter per second. Okay. They have given the speed value 20 meter per second, and the time value is also given. Time, which is equal to 10 seconds. Okay. 10 seconds. Okay. They are asking us to calculate the length. Yes. What is the formula for length? Formula for length is speed into time. Okay, what is the formula for length? Speed into time. A speed value is given here 20 meter per second and time value is 10 second. Okay. So what is it? What will be the value for the length? 20 into 10. 200. This second and this second gets cancelled. Okay. Speed value is 20 meter per second. Time is 10 seconds. So if you multiply 20 into 10, what will be the answer? 200. This second and this second gets cancelled. What is the unit of length? Unit of length is meter. Yes, we have got the unit meter. Okay. So length, which is equal to 200 meter. Is it clear? They have given us the value for speed and the value for time. Formula for length is speed into time. Okay. We have to multiply speed and time. Yes, what is the value for speed? 20 meter per second. What is the value of time? 10 seconds. 20 into 10 is 200. This second and this second gets cancelled. So 200 meter. The length of the train is 200 meter. Okay. Yes. Let's see the third problem. A volume of a piece of iron 30 centimeter cube has a mass of 234 gram. They are asking us to find the density of iron. I will read the question again. A volume of a piece of iron 30 centimeter cube has a mass of 234 gram. Find the density of iron. They are asking us to find the density of iron. They have given the mass value mass which is equal to 234 gram, and they have given the volume which is equal to 30 centimeter cube. Okay, they are asking us to find the density of iron. Yes, what is the formula for density? Formula for density is mass by volume. This is the formula for density. So what is the mass value given here? 234 gram. 234 gram is the mass value. And what is the value for the volume? Volume which is equal to 30 centimeter cube. Volume value is 30 centimeter cube. Yes, if you divide this 234 by 30, the value is 7.8 gram. This centimeter power 3, if it goes to the numerator, it becomes minus 3. Okay, plus 3. If this plus 3 goes to the numerator, it becomes minus 3. So what is the value? 7.8 gram centimeter power minus 3. What is the unit of density? Unit of density is gram centimeter power minus 3. If it is expressed in MKS system, kilogram meter power minus 3. This they have expressed this in CGS system. Okay, gram centimeter system. If it is expressed in MKS system, the unit is kilogram meter power minus 3. Okay, is it clear? Yes, density which is equal to mass by volume. They have given us the value for mass and volume. Yes, we are going to substitute in this formula. Yes, mass value is 234 gram and the value for volume is 30 centimeter cube. If we divide 234 by 30, the answer is 7.8 and the unit is gram. This power 3 goes to the numerator, it becomes minus 3. Gram centimeter power minus 3 is your answer. Density of iron is 7.8 gram centimeter power minus 3 is your answer. Okay. Yes, we shall go for the next problem. A substance having a density of 0.8 gram per centimeter cube has a mass of 64 gram. Find the volume of the substance. So, in this problem, they are asking us to find the volume. Last problem, they asked us to find the density. From this density formula, we have to find the volume. Okay, I'll read the question again. A substance having a density value is given here. Density of 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. Density value is given here. Okay, has a mass value is given here. Mass of 64 gram. They are asking us to find the volume. Okay, we have to find the volume. So what is the formula for density? Density which is equal to mass by volume. Okay. From this, if you have to find the formula for volume, how you will find? If this volume goes this side, see, mass by volume which is equal to density. Okay. If I have to find volume, this density will be coming here and volume will be going here. Okay. If you have to find the volume, what will happen? Mass by volume. Volume which is equal to mass by density. Is it clear? See, density which is equal to mass by volume. Okay. If I have to find volume from this, volume which is equal to mass by density. So mass value is given here and the density value is also given here. Okay. What is the mass value? 64 gram. Yes, what is the value of density? 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. Okay. So substitute this value here, 64 divided by 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. What will be the answer? Volume which is equal to, if you divide 64 by 8, the answer is 80. Okay. This gram and this gram gets cancelled. Okay. Now this centimeter goes to the numerator, it becomes, this minus 3 becomes plus 3. In your book, they have given minus 3. Okay. The answer is wrong, it is plus 3. Centimeter cube is your answer. Okay, in your book it is a printing mistake. They have given minus 3. Your answer is plus. Okay, volume which is equal to 80 centimeter cube. Okay, we shall go for the next problem. A piece of zinc of mass 438.6 gram has volume of 86 centimeter cube. Okay, we have to calculate the density of zinc. We know the formula for density, right? Density which is equal to mass by volume. Mass value is given here and the volume value is also given here. Substitute those values in your formula. Okay, substitute mass value. What is the formula? What is the value for mass? 438.6 gram. Is what is the value for volume? 86 gram. If you divide these two, the answer is 5.1. Okay, if this plus 3 goes to the numerator, it becomes minus 3. 5.1 gram centimeter power minus 3 is your answer. Okay, we are substituting the value of mass here and the value of volume. Divide these two and write the values. 5.1 gram centimeter power minus 3 is your answer. Okay, yes. Next problem. Density of a substance is 2.7 centimeter power minus 3. Find mass of a block of substance whose volume is 100 centimeter cube. Here they have given you the density value. Okay, density value is given and volume value is also given. They are asking us to find the mass. From this density you have to find the mass. Okay, mass which is equal to density into volume. From this if you have to find density, mass which is equal to density into volume. Yes, substitute the value of density and substitute the value of volume. Your answer is 270. Okay, this centimeter cube minus 3 and centimeter cube gets cancelled and your answer is 270 gram. Unit of mass is gram. Okay, so 270 gram is your answer. Is it clear? They have given you density value and volume value. Substitute those two values. 2.7 gram centimeter power minus 3 into 100 centimeter power minus 3. This powers gets cancelled. So 2.7 gram into 100. Your answer is 270 gram. Unit of mass is gram. You have got the exact unit. Okay. Yes. These are all the problems, book back problems. Go through the answers. Some of the answers, some of the hours are given. There is a printing mistake in your book. Check for the answers. Okay. These are your exact answers. Okay. Yes. Is it clear? They are asking us to find the speed, length. So what is the formula for length? Length which is equal to speed into time. Speed value is given here and time value is given here. Substitute the values and the answer is 200 meter. Length of the train is 200 meter. Okay. The next they are asking us to find the density. Formula for density is mass by volume. From this formula, in a problem they are asking us to find the mass. In another problem they are asking us to find the volume. Is it clear? Yes. That's all for this first lesson. Your first lesson is being over and you will receive the assignments, complete the assignments and send it in your WhatsApp group. Okay. Yes. Thank you.